What's going on, everyone? Today is day 19 of the 90-day challenge. Today, the message is kind of simple and it's actually really repetitive. I've talked about this probably more than I've talked about really anything else since I started making these videos. But it also addresses the most common question I get, and I probably get it 3 or 4 times a week as of right now. And it's, I've read a lot of books. I've, got on BP. I've listened to all the podcasts, and I don't know how to break into real estate. I don't know what the first step should be outside of the research. And the most important thing, I think, just in business in general, is imperfect action. Like, it's okay to not know everything. The most important thing is that you take a step. Like, if you sit around trying to wait until you think you know everything, like you've seen like the two like examples of like one person like two people trying to climb like two ladders like up to a ceiling, and one like the steps are really far away and the other the steps are really close. Like waiting until you think you know everything is that step that's super far away. Like it's going to be like a monumental jump that's going to take years and years and years before you ever actually do anything. Versus let's take a good example is when I was in college, I would buy and sell couches to help, pay my way for some other like side stuff. And how I got into that was, I analyzed the risk. I needed a couch anyway, so if it didn't work, well, I still have a couch. So, like, what is worst case scenario? And then, like, just going out and doing it, like being okay to, go buy a couch that I really didn't want or that would just kind of be okay for a few months. And that was the greatest risk. So it's the same thing with real estate. It's identify what the risk is. And again, surround yourself with people who are in the industry who are doing it. So you know, all right, here are where the pitfalls are. Or, hey, I'm going to lock up and I'm going to put my earnest money at risk. But at the end of the day, that's all you have at risk because you can have one of these people come and walk around the deal with you. So again, imperfect action is the most important thing. It's going to be uncomfortable and you're going to find yourself in situations where you really don't know what the next step is. But again, if you surround yourself with the right people, they're just one phone call away. And a lot of it is just kind of figuring out on the fly. Like the first time we bought a mobile home park, like, yeah, I'd looked at P&Ls before, I'd analyzed like properties before, and I thought the numbers worked. But at the end of the day, like, had I ever actually executed that before? No, I mean, there's going to be a time when you're doing something you've never done before, and you just got to be like comfortable with the risk and just move forward. So again, kind of like the couches, like analyze what is the biggest risk, surround yourself with people who know, and at the end of the day, you just got to do it. You got to take that small step and be okay with failing at the end of the day. It's honestly like I get that question more than anything else, which is why I feel like I need to talk about it the most, but it really is the most important thing. If you have to wait until you think that you know everything, you're never actually going to jump in and buy any real estate. I will say with all of our real estate properties, we've never lost money on a single deal, which is great for us as well as our investors. Um, but especially in the beginning, I would have been okay with messing up. Like, buying a property that breaks even is probably one of the best educations that you could actually ever get in real estate because you're not going to do it again and you know exactly what to look for on the next deal. So instead of going out and spending $30,000, $40,000 on some guru, you could go out and buy a deal. Even if you're not sure, if you have some other people in the industry look at it and think, this isn't a home run, but this is a good base hit, that's the best education that you can get. And again, it's imperfect action, and then your second one's going to be easier, and your third one's going to be even easier. And then you'll get to a point where you're buying 5, 6, 10 a month, and you're more comfortable buying those 10 a month than you are with buying the very first one. So always remember that. Small steps all the way up to the ceiling. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll be back tomorrow, day 20.